All right, friends, so this is Cole Murphy. I'm going to talk about some learning takeaways from NLM572. Here's a quick table of contents. We've got our class summary, what was reinforced for me, some inspirations, and then a little confusion/curiosity. Second section, what we'll cover today is social entrepreneurship and community wisdom. Some of these are going to be my takeaways from my work. And then our third section is excellent resources. We'll be talking about some of the surprises, which is that there's a lot of really great organizations out there that I learned about in this class, some things that I want to explore more, and to make a classmate highlight. So we'll talk about confirmed and reinforced for me is that the whole service provision, kind of narrowing our thinking and making us put people into the box that they are recipients of our services and not co-creators of solutions. These are things that I've kind of worked with in the past, and these interventions are really only one part of a holistic process. Big source of inspiration here was participatory practice. Really enjoyed how our authors highlight the dangers of 300 years of Western separation thinking, offering a different perspective on humans, nature, and society, a little bit more holistic here, and just kind of looking at transformative social change. Some confusions and curiosity. Does social entrepreneurship fall into this service delivery trap? What should social entrepreneurship be careful of? And also, what are the limitations of social enterprises for making meaningful community change? Would like to hear more about that. Takeaways here, ABCDs, the asset-based community development. Really enjoyed Jim Dyer's kind of like 7 principles that I've kind of summarized here. Particularly enjoyed the have fun aspect there. Second takeaway, this is a social change continuum diagram that I had put together from reflections on some of our readings. And I think that this can be a pretty helpful tool for talking about kind of where people are at in a dynamic social change. I really appreciated when my group got together and made a table for the IAP2 principles that we discussed. We kind of put them into the decision-making and participation categories. So here are the 7 principles, but kind of given titles and given a little bit of emphasis, so it's a little bit maybe more digestible for different learners. Fourth takeaway here is social entrepreneurship. As it's growing in size and maturity, scholarship around it is also growing. Really looking at these 4 areas that are worth examining to understand social enterprises. Just really appreciate how all this was framed. Understanding the nature of the innovation, characteristics of leadership, organizational and institutional features, paths for expanding and sustaining impact, and transforming larger systems. Just seems like a good angle for like what social enterprises can do. Here are some of the surprises that I encountered in the course, and it was really just getting to know these great organizations that they exist. So Kiss the Ground is education advocacy for advancing regenerative agriculture. Critical Resistance, really great education and advocacy on the mission for replacing a harmful, wasteful, and unjust prison industrial complex. A lot of good learning there. And then, of course, the Foundation for Intentional Community, which was a organization I highlighted early on. And I'm super stoked to have found them and talked about how they are basically bringing an international network to what is otherwise kind of a disconnected thing, which is that intentional communities, folks living together in alternative ways, a little bit more good for the planet. Another thing I want to explore kind of deeper was a study that was done by Slevin et al. And this covered the pedagogy for social ecological transformation, taking another take on Paulo Freire's pedagogy of the oppressed. Really appreciated this, and I kind of made up this diagram to highlight what was covered there, the steps they took. And the classmate highlight that I wanted to make, I won't call anyone out by their name, but I think they know who they are. They highlighted exceptional minds throughout their time in this class, and really appreciated this because the mission of cultivating skills for artists on the autism spectrum, really down with that mission and with their vision to kind of create more space for folks who are neurodivergent in inclusive society. I work in youth vocational development program, and really was impressed by exceptional minds because that is a great model for things that my organization could be doing. So here's some sources. Thank you very much for the class. Really appreciated it, and hope you all have a great rest of the winter.